21 Blackstreet, Blake Carrington here live with author M.W. Moore, author for What I Hate to Do. Tell us a little something about your book.
Hey out there in Tiggerland, this is author M.W. Moore. I'm from Houston, Texas. My first book is called For What I Hate I Do. It is a trilogy of books highlighting my turbulent life as a young athlete and a young adult, how I struggled with the compulsive addictive behaviors to drugs and sex and eventually crime, where I ended up robbing 6 banks in the city of Houston back in 1997. And of course, you know, when we commit crimes against the states, we have to pay our time. Of course, I did 6.5 years on a 15-year sentence, and while incarcerated, I began to confront that behavior, and that behavior was ugly in the beginning. But yes, I wrote about my life, and my life is in a trilogy of books now. For What I Hate I Do, Eternal Chaos, and About Face. Peace out.
And let me ask you a couple of questions, if I could. What inspires you to write this book?
For What I Hate I Do, well, I come from a religious background, a spiritual background, and there was just something about this particular scripture from Romans 7 when Paul the Apostle talks about the very thing that we did not want to do or we do not want to do, we end up doing it. And that was a cause that caused us to do that, and it was a war with the flesh and the mind. And 9 times out of 10, that flesh, that mind, and that spirit is at war. And 9 times out of 10, the flesh wins.
Mm-hmm. So who would it that you would say are some of the books that inspired you to go out and become an author?
Oh, wow. There's several authors out there that inspired me. One author in particular was Elian Harris. Another author in particular was Irish Johansson, which is from the other side, if you will. And I was also intrigued with Sigmund Freud, because he was a behavioral scientist, and I just needed to find out and know about behavior issues.
Mm-hmm. Now, are there any books that you're currently reading right now?
Currently, right now, what I'm reading is this book by Moses Miller called The Barak in Me. And it's actually catered to young black men to actually discover that Barak in them, that champion in them, that go-doer.
And what genre would you consider your book to be in?
Well, I consider mine to be reality fiction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let me ask, if you could have any mentor right now in the book game, who would that be?
Wow.
And why?
You know, I would definitely would have to say Tom Clancy, because Tom Clancy is a writer that he gets really involved and in depth in his writing. Sometimes it seems that he babbles and he overwrites, but he gets really involved in his writing, and he gets involved in the scenes and the characters.
And can you recall how your interest in writing originated?
Well, my interest in writing originated long ago. I always wanted to write a novel, write about my life, even, you know, before I got myself into trouble. And I never just took the time to do it because I was so busy doing things that really didn't matter. And once I became incarcerated, that was my peaceful time, if you will. I know that sounds like an oxymoron. How can prison be peaceful? But it can once you learn to connect with yourself.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any advice for future writers?
Yeah, just keep it real, be yourself, and just be truthful. The only way that you can really heal from anything, you have to be truthful with yourself. You have to connect with yourself. You have to keep things real. I truly believe that.
And anything specific you'd like to say to the readers out there who's already read your book?
Well, everyone has a story, and those who have read my book, they know the struggle. They can familiarize themselves with the struggle, and I tell all my readers every time that I go to a book signing or whatever, if I can be redeemed from any behavior, any one of us can, because I was one of the worst.
And how can those people interested in getting your book, where are your books available at, and how can they get in touch with you?
Well, the books are available at several locations around the United States. It's also available on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, in most Borders bookstores, also on my website, mwmore.com. That's www.mwmore.com, and I give you the option of purchasing from my website or from Amazon.
Thank you.
21blackstreet.com. Peace out, bruh.